Hi, I'm Creative Kibby. Welcome to my channel. I was hoping to get this video out on October 1st because that's the theme, but because I haven't really gotten used to my software, I didn't know how to speed up the video and make it shorter, and I wasn't going to post a 25-minute long video of me inking and just talking. So it took me almost 2 hours to figure it out, but I'm now slightly better versed in my software. As for my recording setup, it might seem a little straight on, but I was using an old telescope tripod, like the crappy plastic ones that you get in the kids' telescopes, and a selfie stick phone mount, and my Galaxy S8 active phone, and just using the camera that comes installed on it. As I said, this video is themed about October 1st, or as I am calling it, Inktober. This is a month-long art challenge where you take a sketch from each day of the month and you ink it. This could be traditional or digital art, even though the creator, Jake Parker, said it was primarily created for traditional art. He still encourages people to take strides and do it digitally if that's what they're more comfortable in, or if that's what they want to advance their work in. Because this whole challenge is building inking skills and getting better at it and developing a technique and a style, and just becoming more confident in your lines and how you do it. And that could be either traditional or digital, because there is digital inking, and some people say that digital art isn't real art, but that is another topic for another day. I know it's hard to draw every single day and like to think of something to draw. For some people, it's like they do it for fun and they sit around and they make lists and they're like, I'm gonna draw this on this day and that on that day. And then other people are like, oh my god, I want to draw, but I don't know what to draw. So Jake Parker actually made an official Inktober prompt list where there's a word for each day to try and help inspire a drawing out of you, to try and get your creative juices flowing. October 1st word was poisonous, and so I drew this little witch character. I know it's hard to tell she's a witch, but she has her witch's hat floating off of her head and her magic wand in a bubble. But she's scuba diving to get this little poisonous pufferfish who has exploded and is just so derpy and cute looking. And she's just amazed. So much so that she is not noticing everything floating out of her bag, and that her bag is almost floating away itself. I don't know, just something about the idea of poisonous. The first thing I thought of was this pufferfish, all puffed up. And then the poison dart frog was the second thing I thought of, which I did put him in a little bubble too. But like, I just thought it would be such a cute idea to have a little witch searching for poisonous things to like make a potion or a spell with. And the idea of having her scuba diving, even though she could probably cast a spell to make it so she could breathe underwater, is just kind of silly to me, and I thought it would have been fun to play around with. And I really like the flowiness of the piece. Like, her hair is flowing throughout the water, and her hat is flying up off of her head, and her bag is rising up off her shoulder. And she is wearing a wetsuit, but I wasn't able to color it in because I did the line work for the hands before I thought about coloring in the wetsuit. And then I realized she looked naked after I had already finished filming the video and posted the drawing on Instagram. But I did end up adding cuffs, like cuff sleeves, to the end of her wetsuit so that her hands are a separate thing and she doesn't just look naked. When I was actually lining her figure, the bag is supposed to go in front of like her rib cage and then up behind her arm so that it's floating up. But when I was inking her side, I put the line right through the bag and messed it up. And I realized that after I like finish adding all of these other details, I'm like, oh man. And I feel like the hair turned out a lot better than I expected. I don't draw hair very often, so I did a lot of little lines and I was just trying to make it seem flowier and less blank. And I feel like it turned out okay, but I would like to work on the way that I draw hair and the way it's portrayed in my art a lot, because it is a lot of chunks, or in my younger art, it's just a bunch of lines that I've drawn coming out of the head, like trying to draw every single little hair off their head. I'm going to put a card in the video, and I would love to hear from you guys on whether you prefer to watch digital art speed paints or traditional art speed paints. I plan on doing both, but I would love to hear what you guys enjoy more. If you aren't already subscribed, please don't forget, if you'd love to see more videos, please hit that bell notification icon and like this video if you enjoyed. Feel free to comment below. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter.